Hey guys, welcome back to Saab Stories and another episode of Talksteer. It's doing something a little bit different this time around. We are here at the historic Ace Cafe in London, and we've got a fantastic turnout of classic and modern Saabs from over the years. Let's check them out. Whoa, let's stop and ask the question of what is the Ace Cafe? The Ace Cafe is a home for petrol heads, a safe haven for all lovers of gasoline, rubber and the open road. Established in 1938 on the then brand new North Circular Road in London, with 24-hour opening hours, the Ace Cafe soon became a hotspot for motorists and bikers alike. However, only a few years after opening in 1940 during the war, it was caught up in the air raids happening at the time and was completely demolished. But it was miraculously rebuilt and has grown to become a household name in the UK. It's also appeared on our TV screens over the years, from the likes of Charlie Borman from Long Way Round fame, who kicked off his By Any Means travel-log adventure series at the cafe with an epic motorbike convoy, to more recently the send-off of the late hairy biker Dave Myers, with thousands of riders travelling from the cafe to Cumbria in remembrance. Car clubs across the UK hold events here at the Ace Cafe, and we today, along with the Beds, Bucks and Herts UK Saab Club, are doing just that. Kind of excited to see what we got. Let's go chatting to some owners and hopefully might get a chance to sneak in a bacon sarnie.
I'm Matt, North London, Muswell Hill. This is an old 9.3 of mine. Had it about 3 years now, I think.
Is this your first Saab?
This was, yeah. I just woke up one day at work, got to work, woke up, thought I just need to get out of London, I need to just buy a convertible. And I've always wanted a 9.3. I really like the aesthetic, I really like design. I wanted a convertible, something fast, but old as well. So I just bought it on eBay as an impulse buy. I've always been a complete petrol head, I've always had old cars, but I think it's just so I've always admired the Saab as just that notch above and a bit more the engineering and the design and obviously the turbo engine as well, so it's quick. And they're a good price at the minute as well.
They are. Would you say having the 9.3 convertible lives up to your expectations of getting one?
I think a bit beyond. I've never owned a convertible. This is just a complete, as I say, impulse buy. I didn't even look at it. I bought it from far off in Norfolk. It was just an impulse buy.
So what did you have before the Saab?
I've got an old 63 Land Rover and then I had a work van. I live in London, so I didn't have a car. So for years I didn't need it, just a bike. But I used to run a lot of old cars, like old Vauxhalls, but I mainly just use it for the minute for coming to meets here, where we're at the lovely Ace Cafe, or just going straight to Norfolk, to the North Norfolk coast.
Fantastic.
There's some lovely roads up there, and you really get, especially if you drive at dusk, you can see wildlife flying over, and you can really that is when it really comes into its own.
This is the first time we've featured one of these on our channel.
Oh, well, it's an honour to be on your channel, but it's a 9.3 Aero, so it's not the big one, but it's still the 2-litre turbo.
What do you like best about it?
I don't know, just there's a certain feeling with it, I think. Just the feeling of it, say, an old car that was probably, everyone else would look at it and dismiss it as too expensive to fix, but I thought, do you know what, no, I'm going to keep it going, and I enjoy obviously the power and the speed. I'd definitely recommend going to New Tune for a remap. I got it done at Newark at Darren's event at Wings and Wheels. I just popped the ECU out, gave it to him, and he after a few hours he'd had it back, so it was great.
So what sort of performance gains has that had? What did it take it from and to?
Well, it was really driving really badly when I got it. I'm not going to say where I got it from, but yeah, it was running rubbish, and it was all right, but it wasn't really. I was like, this is not 200 brake horsepower. It feels like about 100. I'd say probably now about 220 to 250 maybe.
And it feels like it should.
Yeah. It goes quick enough for an old convertible, definitely.
Yeah.
I put the bigger brakes on just so it'll stop, but
that helps.
And better suspension, so it can go around a corner.
Brilliant. On our last episode, we met up with Ollie and Lauren, who had one of the last Independence editions.
Oh, really?
Which is really cool.
Okay.
They say up there they don't really see any other Saabs on the road. When you see other Saab drivers out there, do you flash and give them a wave and hope they flash back?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I think, what's that nutter? Do I know him? And then another time, another person. Especially if it's an old model, I'd say the newer models don't really. I don't know. The people haven't, because they're still actually quite a newish car and you
Yeah.
get parts for it. This, you've got to be an enthusiast because you can't get parts. There's one guy, Peter Raw, which keeps this running, so it's had new turbo and the brakes are from him and everything. So yeah, if it's an old model, they'll flash and wave. But the slightly newer models, maybe not so much. But I've been with friends and another guy in a 9.3 and a facelift has waved and flashed, and I was like, yeah. So it's quite funny. And they're like, do you know him? I was like, no, it's another Saab driver, so we're friends.
How would you summarise the Saab community?
I mean, I'd sort of left. I do music. I left that behind. I left cars behind. I just sort of was not in a great place, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go out and buy a car today, as I said, an impulse, and just go to a car meet on my own. And it's probably the most welcoming bunch of guys and girls you'll ever meet. These people are brilliant. I just absolutely love coming here, and you get some. I've met some best friends through this car, and that is honestly the truth.
Did you say you do music?
Yeah, I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer.
Who do you play with?
We're kind of in a bit of a hiatus at the minute, so we do have a band, but yeah. we're in a bit of a hiatus at the minute.
Can you fit the drum kit in the Saab?
Actually, you've just reminded me, the furthest I've gone is Anglesey. I knew I'd driven somewhere 2 years ago. We did a music video, and I haven't got a van. I wasn't going to hire a van. I thought, no, I'm going to drive the Saab with the roof down, and I'm not even telling a lie, 5-piece DW kit does fit in there. And I've got rack-mounted toms and everything. It was stacked up high, and it actually fits in. And the car just drove all the way to Anglesey without a worry, all the way back, and it didn't miss a beat. Just pulled strong and hard.
Amazing, brilliant.
My name's Reno, and this is my old generation 9.3 Aero convertible. It's a 2003 model, and it's one of the last of that particular model to be made. So it's one of the last ones on the road. 2003 was the last year of this particular model before that range came out.
It's in immaculate condition.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
How long have you had it?
Since 2007, July 2007. But I've always had Saab. I've had a Saab since 1990, and I've had up to sort of 2 or 3 at a time as well. So.
What first got you onto them?
Literally just saw one day. I saw an old Saab 99 like this grey one here.
Beautiful.
I'd never seen one before, liked it, bought it, and I just stuck with it. And then from then I just had 900s, 9000s, like Mark's red one behind you, 93s, and yeah, just stuck with them. Just love the brand, love the car.
We've already chatted with someone today about some of the stuff that managed to fit into their convertibles.
Yes.
Have you pushed the limit of the capacity of this car before?
What's he had in the back of his convertible?
He got away with a full drum kit and
wow,
video
okay.
equipment and all sorts.
Oh, that'd be Matt then.
Yeah.
I've had a tumble dryer in the back.
Not bad going.
Yes, yeah.
Was that the boot
well,
bar?
wedged in. Well, I didn't go to buy a tumble dryer, but I went to a local electrical store and it was on offer and I bought it, forgetting that I was in my convertible and not my van, and I just put the roof down and just sort of wedged it behind the seats and took it home. Yeah,
Amazing.
so yeah, a few funny looks, but yeah.
So, have you ever been to any of the big, have you ever been to Trollhättan, for example?
No, I was supposed to have gone this year actually, but couldn't make it. But I'm going not next year, but the year after. They have the Saab Fest at Trollhättan every 2 years. And so in 26, it's the Saab Fest at Trollhättan, and then it's the International Saab Festival in Stockholm a couple of months later in 26. It's not my daily driver at all. It probably comes out 4 or 5 times a year, you know, if that. Just for special occasions, yeah. This is a 205 brake horsepower. The Viggen is the slightly larger 230, more desirable. 205 is more than enough.
More than enough.
230 in a Viggen is quite potent. Some of them like to modify them, but this is completely stock. I've not modified it, and I'm not really into the modification aspects of it.
Regarding the Saab clubs and stuff like that, how would you summarise the community?
You're amongst like-minded people, aren't you? So, you know, and they're very friendly, they're very welcoming. I mean, I'm not a physical member of the club, and I just happened to read about it somewhere, probably on social media. Just came down and, you know, made some good friends ever since.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us
That's no
today.
problem.
Really do appreciate it. It's a gorgeous car.
Thank you very much.
We'll catch you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My dad used to buy and sell cars, so I went home one day. There was a Saab parked outside the house, so keys were on the table, so I got in, went for a drive, liked it, came back, went to put it in reverse. I hadn't driven an automatic before then, and it wouldn't go into reverse. So I drove round the block again, parked it exactly where it was, keys back on the table. Dad's like, "All right, Dad?" And he's like, yeah. He said, "I've got a new car, have you? What you got?" I got that Saab outside. I thought, "Oh, how much was that?" And I think he said 3,500 or something like that. Like, "Oh, that's cheap." He said, "Yeah, it's got no reverse."
Like, oh, that's why. Yeah.
So that's how my Saab journey started,
Yes.
and I got hooked from then.
Do you miss having a Saab? Would you ever get another one?
Oh yeah, I will do. There isn't, you can't have just one car. A man cannot live with just one car. There isn't a perfect car.
Well, thanks so much for having a little chat with us.
My name's Keith Jenkins, and I've had this car about 16 years. I just recently had my car stolen, and I thought, well, I needed to get another car, and I bought a Vauxhall Astra 1.6 convertible because, you know, it was just available, and we thought, oh, it was nice having a convertible. And then we thought, well, the Astra's okay, but it wasn't very powerful. It was only a 1600, but it was a great car, and I was looking for a BMW. And I went all over the place, Birmingham, and came down to London. I went all over the shop and looked at one, and the dog had looked like it at the inside. It looked great on the outside, but that was it. And I'd already looked at a Saab, but I said to my wife, no, it's too old. We drove past this garage, and this was on the forecourt, and my wife said to me, she said, well, there's a Saab on there. I took it out for a run, and I said, it's a great car. I love it. He said, I'll buy the Astra off you.
Oh, that's good.
He said, I'll take it in part X. And I said, yeah, but what are you going to give me for it? Anyway, I only paid 900 quid for it, and he offered me 1,200 in as a part X. I thought, you know, this is a no-brainer.
Wow, okay.
Some years ago, I had a new turbo. The turbo went. But apart from that, basically nothing. It's all, you know, hardly anything at all. It's been a great car.
Absolutely love the wheels. They're a little unusual as well. You don't see them on these very often.
No, so they were certainly on it when I got it.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for chatting with me. I really appreciate it.
That's not a problem at all.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your recent purchase?
Well, I'm Mario, originally from Bulgaria, and I've been living in the UK for the last 15 years. And finally, my dream became true, and I'm a proud owner of a convertible now.
Brilliant.
A part of other two Saabs I also have. 3 weeks ago, I purchased this V6 2.8 convertible. It's quite quick, actually. Previous owner had done loads of mods, so...
Ah, so it's been well looked after then?
Yeah, it was actually previously a pre-facelift, but he put loads of love to make it look like
okay. So
a
has
facelift
done the
model.
ice block headlights and stuff like that?
Yeah, everything, yeah.
Stuff. Is your car here today?
Yes, it is.
Where is your car?
It's the second black.
Would you like to open the bonnet for us?
Yeah.
And show us the engine? I love these events, don't you?
Obviously, it needs some TLC here, which I'm planning to do in the nearest future, just to get rid of all the rusty bits and probably paint the... Yeah, most of the things, it has a performance filter.
So it makes a good sound then, yeah?
Yes, it's been lowered as well.
What is it you'd say that puts the biggest smile on your face about owning a Saab?
I fell in love with the Saab probably when I was still in my schoolboy years, as back in the day in Bulgaria in the early 90s. We didn't have much Western built cars. we were more USSR orientated that time, but in the early 90s someone imported a really nice 900 turbo convertible.
Fantastic. The car from Saab's history.
Yes, so that time this was nearly new car, probably a few years old. And I was really impressed with the design and the way, because it was basically standing out of compared to everything else.
Yeah.
Later on, when I moved to the UK, I started seeing more and more Saabs. Obviously, the latest models, and this impression was still alive, basically. So when the time for my first car came, I decided to go for an estate.
Brilliant.
93 twin turbo.
Beautiful.
When I sat in the car, I felt like it was made for me, just so comfortable, and was really impressed with the performance. The nice interior, simple, nice and clean interior on the outside. So after the first Saab, I just ended up with a third one now.
Well, I hope you keep this one for many years to come.
Fingers
Thank you so
crossed,
much for chatting with us today, and we'll look forward to catching you again.
Thank you too, yeah.
Thank you.
That's lovely.
Hey Mark, it's so great to see you again at the amazing Ace Cafe London.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's amazing to finally see the 9000 you talked about all that
Yeah,
time ago.
that's it. The other one is still in the garage, which is a 9000.
Oh, you got a 9000.
Which is unusual for a
Marvellous.
Saab owner to have a 9000.
Which model is the 9000?
Oh, it's incredible. It's a CSE, but it's got a...
We had a CSE.
Yeah, excellent, yeah.
I want to see that one, Andy. That'd be great.
You
Bit
must see it.
Memory lane, that would be. It's exactly the same model that we had when I was a lot younger, about 10 years old.
Yeah, I think a similar age when I first sat in the 9000 in the back seat. Dad was having a test drive, and yeah, fantastic.
So last time we caught up, you had some pretty epic plans coming up of places you were going to take it. Did it all come to fruition?
Yep, we did. We went to a place called Colding for the International Saab Fest. So I think it was about 650 miles each way, something like that.
Was it a good run?
It had occurrences of issues. So
Oh dear.
we got stopped by the German police.
Okay.
Yeah,
Please elaborate.
yeah, on the German motorway, and BMW police car came round us and stopped us. Well, we had to slow down and guided us off the motorway.
Oh dear. I thought that would have encouraged you to go faster.
No, he wasn't going to let us go by. There was no way to get by him.
dear.
So two 60-year-old men in an old Saab. Yeah,
Right, okay.
yeah, usual. And he went. The two officers went through the vehicle, had it all out. So
Bit of drama. Was
drama.
that on the outward journey, or was it
on the outward, yeah.
Oh, great way to start the trip.
Yeah, my friend, who doesn't normally say very much, he just decided to speak a lot to these German police officers, which I said to him, let's just keep it simple, shall we? But
Yeah.
no, he was mentioning there would be hundreds of Saab owners from England passing by.
Oh,
We weren't the only
goodness,
ones.
no.
And I don't think the police officers even knew who Saab
right.
were as a car company. So. And then on the way back, unfortunately, the electric fan stopped working. One shot is of us 700 metres or so from the ferry. Gordon inspecting the problem.
Inspecting the problem, not really.
Saab technician. Like a lot of Saab technicians, they like to consider things for a while, assess, think about.
The airflow.
Oh, there we go. That's the first indication of what we should do is allow for airflow.
Yes, let the air to flow. Fan it gently.
Did you stop off en route?
Yeah, we stopped off a couple of times. A Dutch car collector of Saabs, who was an amazing guy. And then we stopped off at Svenvind, who are Saab specialists in Denmark. And we like the always room for one more. and they looked after us again, an absolute treat. Yeah, and they had a secret in the dealership, which I can't reveal, but yeah, they had it covered up with a sheet.
Oh, okay. I really want to know more about that.
Yeah. So I can't. I'm sworn to secrecy. So
fantastic to see inside the 9000 once again.
Yeah. Well, last time we were here, a few years ago, a young man sat in here and he just said, "God, this is like an English gentleman's club." And yeah, I've always thought that since then. But it drives absolutely beautifully.
Well, I hope it continues for many years to come.
These are the pilot seats. They were in the Aero originally, which I've installed.
So these weren't in all of the 9000s?
No, Abbott Racing put these in for me. I got them from two-stroke.
Two-stroke to turbo?
Yeah, that's
nice
where they
one.
came from. And then Abbott Racing fixed them.
Well, they look very comfortable. There's increasingly fewer of these out on the road, aren't there now? Maybe there's a reason for that, but it's a piece of its time. I know that even despite some of the issues, you're still a very proud Saab owner. It's been absolutely lovely to chat with you again. Great to see the 9000 in action.
Yes.
We'll look forward to seeing you again
Lovely
soon.
to see you soon.
Cheers. The heavens have opened. Managed to get out there and film some of the cars at today's event and hear some fantastic stories. Thanks again for coming with us and joining us on another episode of Talksteer. We'll see you again soon.